Hi, I'm Carrie, and this is Sandra's Sisterhood. This is a YouTube channel for the single and childless, not by choice person. Our video today is things to consider saving for when you're single and childless, not by choice. Number one are travels that you find fun. Remember, think about the hotel or Airbnb. Do you want to do that a little upscale? Do you want to spend a little extra money to be in the better location? Do you want to have a certain view? Remember to save for excursions, those fun trips. Maybe you want to go somewhere and then go on a day trip, or you want to do some fun activity that's in that area. And then, of course, food and drinks. Maybe you want to go to some fancy restaurants. Maybe you don't want to have to worry about what the prices are. And finally, clothes. Maybe if you're going to the beach, you want to get a new swimsuit. Maybe if you're going to the mountains, you want to get a new winter outfit. So remember, save for things that you want to do when you travel. And remember, do the travel things that you find fun. And number two is retirement. Not as fun, but maybe it could be as fun when you're single and childless, not by choice. Maybe you want to retire early. Maybe you want to move down to part-time. Maybe you want to change jobs that doesn't pay as much so you can do something that's less stressful or less pressure. Maybe you want to have multiple homes when you retire. Maybe you want to have those fancy toys. So don't neglect retirement because not only do you want to have the freedom when you're younger, but you also want to have that freedom when you're older. Number three, hobbies. Don't skimp out on doing what you want to do. Being childless, not by choice, it comes with a lot of grief, and it can have waves of grief. And as we move through different seasons of life, we can experience those triggers again. And on the flip side of that, the other side of that coin is sometimes that means that we can spend our money and do things that maybe parents couldn't do. So maybe you want to have the expensive hobbies. Maybe you want to go somewhere. Like if your hobby is tennis, right? Maybe you want to go to the US Open or you want to go to Wimbledon. Not that parents can't do these things. However, sometimes we can get kind of stuck in what we can't do. So remember to think about what you can do and then save for that. Number four, a vacation house or maybe a quirky Airbnb. If you live in the mountains or near the mountains, maybe you want a mountain home, or maybe you want a beach home. Maybe you want to snowbird somewhere warm if you live in a colder climate. Maybe you want to do the reverse. I don't know, right? But think about those things because you might want to have the option to do that when you get older. You can do it at any time, and remember to save for that. So for me, I don't have any kids in school, right? So I have reserved, I was going to say ordered, but I've reserved an Airbnb for 3 months in the winter near the beach and in Florida, actually, because I can do that. I can work remote, and I don't have to worry about different schedules or things like that. So my dog Gavin and I, we're going on an adventure. And while there's some downsides again of being childless, not by choice, this is one of the perks that I choose to take advantage of. And number five, the fifth thing to save for when you're single and or childless, not by choice, therapy. And I would say save for therapy no matter what your status in life is. Everybody, we all really should be seeing a therapist. And when you are experiencing a loss, and when you've experienced a grief, or things have turned out in life that you weren't expecting them to turn out that way, then sometimes different seasons of life can start to re-trigger things. You know, right now it's maybe it's your friends are starting to have kids, or your friends are starting to be grandparents, or your friends are starting to get married, right? We can go through different things can settle down, and then things can get triggered up again. So Think about the therapy that you might want to spend money on in order to help take care of yourself. I'm also a proponent that really everybody should have a therapist the same way everybody has a primary care doctor. We all could use a little tune-up and a checkup every now and then. So, things to consider saving for when you're single and childless, not by choice. 1, travels. 2, retirement. 3, hobbies. 4, a vacation home or a quirky Airbnb, or 5, therapy. So continue to follow Saunders Sisterhood for videos that are geared toward the single and childless, not by choice person.